Welcome to Mizima TV. We have here with us Ben Roger from the Christian Solidarity Worldwide. He's the East Asia team leader of the CSW. As we know, CSW has been doing a lot of work on Burma, especially monitoring human rights violations and advocating for democracy. And as we all know also that Ben has written a number of articles regarding Burma, and recently he is working on a book titled Tan Shui, Unmasking Burma's Tyrant, and we are here to talk about something about his book, and I would like to start asking Ben by telling us, can you explain to us a little bit about what is the book all about?
Sure, well, thank you very much. It's good to be with you. The book is basically a biography of Senior General Tan Shui, and it's obviously not the authorized biography. In fact, it's the very unauthorized biography because we were not able to get the cooperation of General Tan Shui or his family or the regime. But it's basically a book about Tan Shui, about how he rose to the top, about the nature of the regime and the military, and also about what is happening in Burma today under General Tan Shui's rule. And I believe it will be the first biography of Tan Shui.
Yes, definitely. I think I have never seen any book written particularly on Tan Shui, and I'm really sure this will be the first book. And it's also interesting to know how you happen to pick up this person, Tan Shui. And as we all know, Burma's military dictators has got a number of hardcore people. And why do you think you want to pick up on Tan Shui?
Well, I felt that in this day and age, there are quite a lot of biographies of other dictators, Saddam Hussein, Kim Jong-il, Robert Mugabe, and others. And Tan Shui must be one of the world's worst dictators, and yet the world doesn't really know very much about him. Even those of us who work on Burma don't know very much about him. And I felt that it would be a good new angle on the Burma situation, a new way of telling the story about what is happening in Burma, what the regime is like. The idea actually originally came from my friend Jeremy Woodrum from the US Campaign for Burma, and he suggested it to me, and I thought it was a very interesting idea.
It's really also interesting to know, how Tan Shui rose to power, as we know very little about him during the General Ne Win's era, as well as the early eras of the military coup after the 1988. And can you tell us how he started getting up to the ranks?
Well, I think one of the most interesting things about Tan Shui is precisely the fact that he rose through the ranks quite silently and without really being noticed.
Yes.
But actually that says something about the nature of the military system in Burma. I think that Tan Shui rose to the top because he was not seen by his superiors to be a threat to them. He was seen as quite boring, quite lacking in original ideas. He didn't display his ambition very overtly, and therefore he wasn't seen as a threat by his superiors. Whereas officers who show some initiative and some original thought and creativity tend to actually be seen as a threat by their superiors and are then purged. Yes. So I think it's precisely the quietness and the lack of initiative in Tan Shui that was the secret of his success. I don't think it's the case that he was not ambitious. I think he was ambitious, but he kept his ambition very quiet. Everybody says that in all the meetings that he had throughout his career, he sat silently in the meetings and he just obeyed orders. And that's the nature of the system, is they want people who will just obey orders and not show their own thinking.
So was he? How close was he with the former dictatorship General Ne Win?
Well, I think he was quite close, and I think Ne Win certainly identified him as a person that could take over. But he wasn't as close to Ne Win as, for example, Kin Yunt. Personally, I think in terms of their personal relationship, they didn't have that close a relationship. But I think in terms of Ne Win identifying Tan Shui as the man to take over, he was certainly close.
Yes, and there was also some kind of, among the Burmese, especially among the Burmese, saying that Tan Shui rules the country, but Tan Shui is being ruled by his wife Daw Chang Chang. So basically, turning that Daw Chang Chang is ruling the country. How much of influence Tan Shui has with his wife? I mean, how much Daw Chang Chang can influence Tan Shui?
I think she is. She has some influence, but I don't think it's true that she is really the sort of all-powerful influence. I think he himself does, now that he's in the top position, he does have his own agenda and his own ideas. But I think that one influence that she has on him, I think, is that she takes astrology very seriously. And actually, I think she probably takes astrology more seriously than he does. But she influences him with that. And also, I think she has a particular dislike of Duang San Suu Kyi, and again, she probably influences him in that way as well.
Could it be one of the reasons why Tan Shui seems to be, really disliking Duang San Suu Kyi?
Yes, I think it could be. It could be one of the reasons. Several people that I interviewed for the book said, Duang San Suu Kyi represents everything that Jiang Jiang and the other wives of the military leaders do not. She's very well educated, she's travelled internationally, she's very sophisticated, she's very beautiful,
that's right.
And Jiang Jiang is neither beautiful nor very well educated.
Yeah.